Uncle Sam's Sandbox, a tour of us forces in the region. In a high-stakes game of geopolitical chess, the United States has steadily built up its military presence in the Middle East, transforming the region into a veritable American armed forces playground. With approximately 40,000 troops spread across at least 19 sites in countries from Bahrain to Syria, Uncle Sam's reach in this volatile part of the world is nothing short of impressive. Pentagon spokesperson Sabrina Singh confidently declared, "We're confident in the ability that we have there right now to protect our forces and should we need to come to the defense of Israel as well." It's a bold statement backed by an equally bold military footprint. Let's take a whirlwind tour of America's Middle Eastern military real estate. Bahrain, home to the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet. This tiny island nation hosts the largest number of permanently assigned us personnel. Talk about punching above your weight. Qatar, the nerve center of us operations in the region, hosting Central Command's regional headquarters. It's like the Pentagon's Middle Eastern cousin. Iraq and Syria. Despite the end of wars, us forces maintain a presence, with about 2,500 troops in Iraq and 900 in Syria. Old habits die hard, it seems. Israel, a long-standing ally getting an extra dose of American military love lately. And the list goes on. From Egypt to Kuwait, Jordan to Saudi Arabia, the U.S. military's address book in the Middle East is quite extensive. Warships and wings, America's floating and flying arsenal. But wait, there's more. The U.S. isn't just planting flags on land. The seas and skies of the Middle East are teeming with American military might. In the vast blue yonder, the U.S. Air Force has deployed 4 fighter jet squadrons to the region. These include the cream of the crop. F-22 Raptors, the stealthy quarterback of the skies. F-15E Strike Eagles, the hard-hitting workhorses. F-16 Fighting Falcons, the versatile veterans. A 10 Thunderbolt IIS, affectionately known as Warthogs. These ground attack aircraft are the infantryman's best friend. On the high seas, the U.S. Navy isn't just dipping its toes in the water. With at least a dozen warships patrolling the region, including the mighty Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group, America's maritime presence is formidable. From the Mediterranean to the Gulf of Oman, these floating fortresses stand ready to project power and protect us interests. The Pentagon's confidence game, ready for anything? Despite the escalating tensions between Israel and Hezbollah and the constant threat from Iran and its proxies, the Pentagon exudes an air of calm confidence. Deputy Press Secretary Sabrina Singh's words echo the sentiment. We have forces in the region to help defend Israel, and that is a commitment that you've seen this administration make. But is this confidence justified? Let's break it down. Flexible force posture. The U.S. has demonstrated its ability to rapidly surge forces when needed. Remember the twin carrier presence earlier this year? That's the kind of muscle flexing that makes adversaries think twice. Diverse capabilities, from stealthy F-22s to versatile amphibious assault ships like the U.S. Wasp, the U.S. has a tool for every job in its Middle Eastern toolbox. Strategic positioning. With bases and access points spread across the region, the U.S. can respond quickly to threats from the Mediterranean to the Persian Gulf. Battle-tested experience. Years of operations in the region have honed the U.S. military's skills and familiarity with the terrain and potential adversaries. The road ahead, deterrence or disaster. As Israel and Hezbollah trade blows and Iran continues its shadow war through proxies, the U.S. military presence serves as both a deterrent and a lightning rod. The recent mysterious explosions targeting Hezbollah's communication devices have only ratcheted up tensions, with Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah ominously warning of a reckoning. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin's frequent calls with his Israeli counterpart, Yoav Gallant, underscore the delicate balancing act the U.S. is attempting. On one hand, there's the unwavering support for Israel's security. On the other, there's the desperate desire to avoid a wider regional conflict. As one military official put it, the additional U.S. resources have helped in defending Israel and countering threats from Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen, who have targeted commercial ships in the Red Sea and launched ballistic missiles at Israel. It's a multi-front challenge that keeps Pentagon planners up at night. The bottom line, prepared but praying for peace. While the U.S. military flexes its considerable muscle in the Middle East, the ultimate goal remains de-escalation. As Sabrina Singh emphasized, ultimately, What we want to see is a ceasefire deal come through. We want to see hostages come home. We want to see, the war that's happening in Gaza come to a close. The question remains, will America's military might serve as a deterrent to wider conflict, or will it inevitably be drawn into the region's ever-expanding web of violence? As the Middle East teeters on the brink, the world watches and waits, hoping that the next headline isn't the one announcing a new war. Subscribe for more.